Good morning. Thank you for joining us for the Yoga for Everyone class. Enjoy.
Awesome. Thank you, Bev. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining this morning. If you didn't already hear before, today's class, we're going to kind of do half and half. We'll do half meditation, half kind of gentle release, gentle movement, just to prepare yourself for the meditation itself. Because yoga really is a moving meditation, at least that's what it was kind of intended to be. So basically, we'll do the last half of the class, we'll do a Yoga Nidra practice, which is yogic sleep. You may fall asleep during it, but ideally you'll want to keep your awareness throughout the practice, but you will feel after the class that you just had a really nice nap and you'll hopefully feel really refreshed afterwards. So I hope that everyone will really enjoy the practice. I'll also be including some Reiki in today's class. If anyone's really opposed to that, let me know, but there's really no conflict with it. Even with any sort of religion, it's non-denominational, anything like that. It's just a way of energy healing. And yoga, we believe that there are different places in our body that go up our spine, and they are connected to different emotions, different thoughts, different feelings. And those areas in our body can get congested, can get blockages. And Reiki ideally is going to help remove some of those blockages on an energetic level and help you to feel more open and just more like your truest, highest self without letting any worries, doubts hold you back any longer. So I hope you will all find it a really healing and rejuvenating practice. But before we get into all of that, we're just going to start seated today. So whenever seat is comfortable for you, you could sit back on your heels, you could sit cross-legged, really find anything you'd like. Use a prop if you want to. We're just going to ground and center ourselves before we do anything else. So if you would like to close your eyes, you can, but if not, just find a spot out in front of you where you can focus your eyes on a single point. Allow yourself to notice in your seat, if you can, reach the crown of your head up towards the sky. Draw your shoulders back, allow your chest and your heart center to be open. You might want to subtly engage your core just to help support your lower back. And also let yourself feel grounded and connected to whatever surface it is that you're sitting on right now. So the base of your spine is your root chakra. The very top of your head is connected to your crown chakra. And as you're sitting here in that nice, tall, open seat, begin to connect with your own breath. Your breath is your life force. As long as we are breathing here, we are living, we are alive. So use your breath as a source to reinvigorate your body, to reawaken, to enliven. And as a reminder that we can be present in each moment, truly enjoying life as it comes to us, trying to release the past and not worry about the future, but instead just being here now. On your next inhale, I'll ask you all just to join your hands in front of your heart space. Taking a moment just to be intentional. You could create a sankalpa, if you'd like, an intention. Why are you here? What do you hope to gain from this practice? It can be a word or a phrase, anything that comes to mind is fine. When you've had a moment or two just to reflect on that intention, you can symbolically seal that intention in with your breath. So on your next inhale, Deep breath in, seal that intention, all that good stuff, seal it in. And as you exhale, allow yourself to release fear, doubt, worry, anything that truly does not serve your highest good. Next, inhale. If you're ready, you can open up your eyes again. We're going to reach our hands all the way up and overhead, like you're reaching towards the sky. When they reach up as high as they can, you can part the hands, bring them down to about shoulder height. Your hands are going to face down to the floor. Just imagine you're spreading your wings. Inhale, turn your palms back up, reaching above you. And as you exhale, bringing your hands back down in front of your heart, just revisiting your intention and your purpose. Okay, we'll do that a few more times, just moving with your breath. Inhale, reach up. Maybe you want to look up as well. Exhale, hands can float down shoulder height. As you're here as well, make sure that you're kind of drawing your shoulder blades together behind you, keeping the chest and heart open. Inhale, come back up and overhead. Hands can rejoin. Exhale, bringing them back in front of your heart. Okay, go ahead and do 3 more of those on your own. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, keep moving. Just get into a flow, get into a rhythm. You don't have to move at the exact same pace as I am. Just go at the rhythm of your own spirit. Next time that you come down with your hands when they're at shoulder height, stay there, but bend the elbows, turn the palms to face forward. As you exhale, we'll begin to press the hands down towards the floor here. Right here is about, you don't have to really go further than that. You can go a little further if you want. It's up to you. Inhale. You can lift your palms back up. Again, making sure to open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you slightly. Exhale, you can press down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, press. Inhale up. One more time. Okay, next time that you lift the palms, we're going to squeeze our forearms and elbows together in front of the chest. See if you can feel that nice opening across the upper back. And then inhale, open and squeeze. Again, drawing those elbows subtly behind you. And again, exhale back to the front. Inhale, open. And if you get tired and you need a break, that's okay. Honor your body at all times. I'm just your guide here. You know what you need. Okay, so next time you bring the arms out, we're going to bring our right elbow over our left elbow, right in the crease of the arm. If that's not accessible, just get your arm crossed as best you can. Then you have the option either to bring hands to shoulders, backs of the hands can come towards each other, or you could even wrap the hand around into the opposite palm if that's accessible. In any of these positions, you could attempt to try lifting your elbows away from the chest slightly. You may also want to explore letting the thumbs draw away from your forehead slightly. That's also going to give you a little bit more the deeper stretch. I personally sometimes like to bring some movement in here. If you've been in one of my classes before, I do these in almost every class. These are our eagle arm circles. So just keep circling around a few times, noticing as you're circling around if there are any particular areas where you notice, oh, that's where I really get the good stretch. And you're welcome to hold in that place if you want to. You're also going to want to switch the direction of your circle. Just go around a few times the opposite way as well, just to make sure we're balanced and even. And once you have completed both directions, if you are circling, let the elbows come back down. Uncross your arms. And we're going to take just a moment to pause. Maybe close the eyes and let your awareness be on your shoulders. Begin to notice if you feel any difference between the right and left side. And just observe. And then if you would like to balance yourself out, you may. I'm not going to leave you lopsided. So let's go ahead and do the opposite arm. So left arm in this case will come on top. You can take any variation that's accessible. Elbows can lift, thumbs can draw away. And perhaps you want to circle around here. Again, your circle doesn't have to necessarily be any certain speed, but I would just be mindful, just observing. And if you'd like to switch the direction of your circle, please go ahead. Wonderful. Elbows can go ahead and lower back down to the chest. Arms can uncross. Again, just taking a moment or two just to pause, to cultivate the observer, the witness, the one who notices. And when you're ready from here, we'll go ahead and transition onto hands and knees, all fours, probably for about 5 minutes or so. If you do want to have any sort of extra padding under your knees, this is when you might want that blanket or towel. Go ahead and bring your hands right under your shoulders, spread your fingers out nice and wide. Make sure you get your knees under your hips. Your toes can be tucked or untucked. Either one is really fine. And then from here, for cow, we're going to lift our tailbone, drop our belly down. Allow the chin to lift away from the chest. Eyes can look out in front. As you exhale, allow your tailbone to tuck. Draw your belly in and up. Arch the spine. Allow your chin to tuck towards your chest. And continue doing that for a few more rounds up and down. Inhale, coming into cow. And exhale, going back, arching up for your cat. And do about 3 or 4 more, just at whatever pace suits you. You can go a little slower, you can go a little faster, just be creative. Tap into, again, what you personally need. You have a lot more answers about what you need than you probably even realize you do. A lot of those answers are hidden within you. Sometimes you just have to know the right question to ask. And so next time that you lift and arch your spine up, we're going to go ahead and take just a brief rest in child's pose. So you can bring your big toes together, walk your knees a little wider, press your hips back towards your heels. Arms can stretch out if you'd like, or you can create a little shelf with your forearms if you prefer. Just resting, breathing, being still. Perhaps you feel a nice opening across your lower back area while you're here. And the next inhale, we're going to go ahead and come right back up to all fours again. Knees come back under hips. This time, arms are going to stretch towards the top of the mat, coming into extended puppy. Nice opening for the upper back. You can let your forehead start to draw down towards the mat as well. It may or may not reach. You may even need to bring your forearms down to the mat to make it more comfortable for you. Also recommend, if you really can't reach, a blocker blanket for the forehead is nice. So breathe into that upper back area. Allow the shoulders to start to release. We'll hold here for about 30 seconds. Next, inhale, slide your hands back in under your shoulders, returning back up to all fours. We're going to transition right into another shoulder opener called Thread the Needle. So as you inhale, you're going to reach your right arm out and up to that right side. Come up however high you comfortably can. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to draw that arm underneath your chest. You're going to bend the opposite elbow so you can let that right shoulder and the right side of the face kind of rest down on the mat. Your left arm can come up and overhead, and it can even come down to rest on the lower back, but make sure it's the top of your hand and not the palm. We'll rest here for about 30 seconds as well. So at this time, if you have the left hand lifted up, return it to the mat. Inhale, press down through that left hand so you can sweep your right arm all the way back up again. And exhale, planting the right hand back under the shoulder. Let's go right to the left side when you're ready. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And exhale, sweeping the left arm underneath, reach it through. Plant that shoulder, side of the head can come down. Maybe you want to bring the right arm up. Maybe you want to rest the hand down on the lower back. And just breathe and rest. Enjoy the sensation of the stretch if you're feeling one. Your next exhale, you may return the right hand back under the shoulder. Inhale, press through that hand to lift your left arm all the way back up. And exhale, left hand plants back down. And make sure you have your hands either under the shoulders here or just slightly forward of the shoulders. We're going to be coming into downward dog. So if you normally feel that your downward dog, your hamstrings feel really tight, it can sometimes be helpful to step the hands just slightly forward of the shoulders because it'll just give you a little bit more space to work with, if that makes sense. So go ahead, tuck your toes under here, lift your knees, lift your hips, press your hips up, heels can come down towards the ground slightly. You want to externally rotate your shoulders out. So you may even want to bring just a slight little bend to your elbows, almost like you're drawing the top of your head slightly down towards the floor. You're drawing the belly in towards the thighs. And you can perhaps even walk your dog. And what I mean by that is just bend in one knee as you press down through the opposite heel. And that will also give your hamstrings a little bit of love. On your next inhale, we're going to transition to three-legged dog. So lift your right foot up. Try to keep your toes turned so they're all facing towards the floor. That's going to keep that hip square. And then inhale, draw your knee in towards your chest. If possible, plant that foot up between the hands. If you need to use some assistance to get that foot up, do whatever you can. You may lower that back knee down when you're ready. If you need cushion under the back knee, grab it. Inhale. If you feel you want to lift up a little higher, you can just try bringing your hand to your thigh. Just make sure your knee is right over your ankle, and also that the knee is not coming to the inside of the big toe. Hands could also come to heart, or you can reach them up alongside your ears, making sure to draw those shoulder blades together behind you. So any variation with the arms is fine. You also want to focus on just keeping the hips square to the front of the mat and also pressing the hips slightly forward while keeping that knee over the ankle. Take a couple more breaths. On your next exhale, we'll let the hands come back down again. Frame the foot. Inhale, step the front foot to meet the back. Return to downward facing dog. Inhale, this time left foot's gonna lift, three-legged dog. Keep the toes all facing down. Inhale, pull the knee in towards the chest, hold. And if you can, plant that foot up, lower the back knee down. If you feel comfortable and stable, perhaps you wanna reach the hands up to heart or by the ears, or to keep the hips square, press them forward, keep the knee aligned over the ankle. Breathe. And exhale, hands can come on back down. Frame the front foot and step your front foot to meet the back, downward facing dog. Hanging out here for a few breaths. And next exhale, you may lower the knees back down. Exhale, press it all the way back to child's again. Resting here again for about 4 or 5 breaths. When you're ready, on your inhale, go ahead and sit back up again. You can go ahead and bring your legs to come out in front of you now. You may or may not want to sit on a blanket or pillow. Sorry, I gotta put my hair back up. So when you are there, we're gonna be doing some more work for lower back, hips. Most of what we've done has been more for the upper body, so I just wanna even us out a little bit. So make sure that you're actually even on both of your hips, so you can move any extra glute flesh out of the way if you need to. And then go ahead and pull your right knee in towards your chest and open that knee out to the side. So this is something I just want to take just a second with, because it's a very common thing that happens, and it's a very common injury that people get from doing it improperly. So just pay careful attention to this if you're not familiar with it. So notice when I have my hips here, they're really facing this direction. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I don't want that. I want my hips to face forward so that as I fold forward, my SI joint and my pelvis all stay safe and aligned. So in order to do that, you want to really make sure you draw this left leg back. And additionally, you could bring the right foot further down this leg to make it easier for you to keep the hips square. So just take that as a point to remember as you're in these poses, just to make sure the hips stay square. That way you're not going to unintentionally hurt the lower back, because I don't want that to happen to any of you. So when you're ready, here we go. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up nice and high so your whole spine is lengthened and long. And then as you exhale, you can fold forward from the hips. You can bend that front knee as much as necessary, perhaps reaching the hands down for the ankle or the foot, allowing the forehead to hang down towards the knee. So for many of you, you may feel like you don't feel you've gotten as far as you'd like. You might feel stuck. So if you are someone who feels that way, my recommendation is inhale. I'm going to lift back up, maybe halfway, maybe all the way. And as I exhale, I'm going to release again. And maybe you need to do that several times in order to feel that you can release all the way. Do it as many times as you need. But really make sure that you keep this knee bent. It's more important to have your belly coming towards the thigh than it is to have the leg straight. So breathe, release, and rest. Lovely work, everyone. We're going to get ready to come up. So on your next inhale, you're going to re-extend your arms out by the ears, engage your core, use it to help you lift up. When you reach the top, exhale, let the arms relax down by your sides. Go ahead and lift that right knee up and cross your right foot over your left leg here. So this couple points I want to make as well. You want to use this knee as a support. So you want to wrap your left hand or your left elbow around the knee. Pull it in towards your chest. Notice, see, I've got a little bit of rounding here in my back, especially the upper back. Poor posture, but what you want to do is really use it to sit up tall. So inhale. Notice, wow, look how straight the spine can get. This is what it looks like slouched, how a lot of us sit, but we really want to inhale, sit up tall. And then as you exhale, we're going to turn the head to look over your right shoulder. Begin to reach your right arm back behind you, maybe for the floor if you can reach. And just turn to whatever extent you feel is possible. And again, we'll hold for a few rounds of breath. Try to avoid starting to slouch into the stretch. Another thing you can do if you wish is this left arm. If you feel like you can keep yourself upright, you could try bringing the top of that left arm to the outer part of the right leg and use it as a leverage point just to give yourself a little push. Don't be too harsh, be gentle. And just breathe. Your next exhale, let your head start to turn back to the center. Then release the arms, turn the chest back to center. And go ahead and uncross the legs, stretch it out. I suggest just give it a little shake. Shake anything out that you don't want to be there anymore. And then we'll do the exact same on the left side. And then we'll get ready to lie down. So go ahead and pull your left knee in, open it out to the left side. Remember what I told you on the other side. It's really important to keep those hips square. So make any adjustments you need to keep them square. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, folding forward from the hips. Remember, it's totally fine to bend the knee if you'd like. Maybe you want to go right into that stretch immediately. Or maybe you need to move a little bit first. One way is not right. One way is not better than the other. Just do what you need. Honor yourself. Your next inhale, you can go ahead and reach your arms back out by your ears, lifting all the way back up. Arms are overhead. And exhale, arms relax down. You can pick your left knee up, cross that left foot over the right leg, reach around with your right arm or right hand, pull that knee in close. Also, it's very common for you to feel this stretch to the outer part of the hip. So the left side on this stretch, you may feel a stretch there too. Inhale, sit up tall. Try to get that rounding out of the spine if you can. And then exhale, turn the head to look over left shoulder. Left arm could reach back behind you if you'd like to. I will hold here. And your next exhale, start to turn your head back to center. Release the arms, release the chest. Go ahead and uncross the legs, stretch it back out, shake it out. Awesome. We are pretty much done with the asana, the poses, and the movement. We'll just start to move down to your backs now. But before you do that and you get really comfortable, I recommend just adjusting the lighting in your room, making sure you have anything you think you'll need for your relaxation. If you need to grab a drink of water, if you still want to grab a blanket or a pillow or something like that, I'll give you just a minute to do that now. And we'll start off with just a little guided breath exercise just to get you calm and in that space. And then we'll start moving into the meditation practice itself. So just take a minute, get yourself set up if you're not. You can start lying down if you're not already lying down. You can lie down in any position at all that you'd like to. The first part of the Yoga Nidra is going to be what's called a tense and release practice. So it's ideal to have the legs elongated at least at first, but then you can change things up later on if you need to. But for just this first guided breath practice, just be comfortable, whatever is comfortable for you. You can close your eyes if they're not already closed. And sometimes I think it's nice just to have a hand on the belly or on the chest and just tune in to your natural breath. Do you feel your chest or belly moving at all as you're breathing? For most of us, we rarely use the full capacity of our breath. So if you can, I'm going to start to encourage you to try to deepen the breath slightly, imagining your body is like an empty cup. And each time you breathe in, you're filling up that cup all the way from the belly to the chest. And then when you exhale, imagine you're pouring the breath out of your cup. First from the chest and then from the belly. And just continue just taking those slightly deeper breaths, allowing yourself to feel at ease, starting to get ready for our relaxation practice. So we'll begin to shift now into our tense and release portion of our Yoga Nidra. Just try your best to follow the directions, but if you don't catch something, don't worry about it. If you don't feel like you want to move everything I tell you to move, you don't have to move it. Just honor where you are, what you need. So starting now to bring your awareness to your right leg. On your next inhale, allow your right leg to lift up away from the floor, flexing your right foot, pull the toes in. And then exhale, let the leg drop back down to the floor. Give it a little shake from side to side. And let it rest wherever it feels most comfortable. And now letting your awareness move over to your left leg. Inhale, letting that leg lift up, flex the foot, hold it. And then exhale. Drop the leg down, shake it out, and let it rest. Awareness will now move up to both of your arms. On your inhale, lift both arms away from your body or away from the floor. Squeeze the hands, make tight fists. And exhale, release the hands, release the arms, shake them out, and let them relax. Your awareness will now move to your hips and your glutes. On your next inhale, squeeze your gluteal muscles, hold them tight. And exhale. Release your breath. And now awareness comes to chest and belly together. On your next inhale, take in another deep breath. As deep as you can, fill the body with air. And exhale. Release the breath completely back out. Awareness now is at your shoulders. On your next inhale, allow your shoulders to squeeze up towards your ears. Hold there. And exhale. Drop the shoulders back down. Awareness now comes to your neck. On your exhale, tilt one ear down towards one shoulder. Inhale, bring the head back to center. Exhale, let the opposite ear come down to the opposite shoulder. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Awareness now comes to the very end of your nose. On your inhale, let your eyes and your lips squeeze towards the nose. Make a really tight face. Hold it there. And exhale. Just release and relax the face. We have now completed step 1 of our tense and release practice. We're now going to go through just a mental scan of the body. This time it's not necessary to move a muscle. More so focus each area with your thought. Notice that place and then allow your awareness to move on to the next place. Just begin to notice your forehead. Notice your eyes and your eyelids. Notice your nose and your cheeks. Notice your lips and your tongue. Notice your jaw and your neck. Notice your shoulders, your arms, your hands, and your fingers. Notice your chest and your belly. Notice your upper and lower back. Notice your hips and your glutes. Notice your thighs, knees, and calves. Notice your ankles, feet, and toes. Just noticing your whole entire body. may now let your attention move to your breath again. Just tuning back into the breath's gentle movement, its ebb and flow throughout your body. Just reminding yourself, if you ever get caught in a story or a train of thought, your breath is a reminder of the present moment. So when you notice yourself going off in a story, notice the breath. Remind yourself that this moment is what really matters, and just enjoy the here and now. Everything else can wait. So at this point in our practice, I'm going to be starting to offer some Reiki to all of you. So as I mentioned before, we're going to be moving through what are called the 7 different chakras. I'll be asking you to visualize a color for each of the chakras. And I'll also offer an affirmation to you that if you want, you can say aloud or you can just say it in your own mind. Either one will work. It's just meant to be said with sincerity, that you actually really believe what you're saying. And that belief has a lot of power. Your thoughts are very, very powerful. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and start moving into that now. So I invite you now to bring your focus and attention to the very base of your spine, spot that connects you to the earth, that spot where you were connecting to where you were seated earlier. This is called your root chakra. The root chakra is connected with just feeling that you are enough, feeling stable, feeling secure financially, and really in all ways. So bring your attention to the root chakra area and invite a red light to this place. Whatever color red resonates, just feel it washing over this area. It may be even helpful to imagine yourself like some sort of plant or a tree, rooting down into the ground now, feeling that you are stable and connected. Just letting that red light continue to wash over you. And if you would like to bring an affirmation to this space, offer to yourself, I am filled with humility. I am enough as I am. When you are ready, your root chakra is now clear. You may start to bring your awareness right below your belly button. And the women, you think of this space as the uterus or the womb. And literally in our bodies, the sacral chakra is the center for creativity, for actual creation of another human being. So just connecting now to that space with an orange light, like perhaps the color of the setting sun, and letting that color wash over this area. And your affirmation for this chakra, if you would like to offer, is I am both sensitive and strong. Just letting that orange light wash over. Your sacral chakra is now open. You can bring your awareness now to the place right above your belly button And in yoga, we call this your solar plexus chakra. So your solar plexus is related to your sense of purpose and your sense of belonging in the world. So I will invite you to bring a yellow light to this place, like the color of the sun at midday, when it is so, so bright in the sky. It's letting its light shine. So feel that yellow light wash over you. And the affirmation for this chakra is, I accept myself completely. I accept that I have strengths, and I accept that I have weaknesses. Your solar plexus chakra is now open. You may now start to bring your attention to your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is right in the middle of your chest, really close to where your actual heart organ is in your body. So the heart chakra is related to unconditional love. Unconditional love not only for others, but also for yourself. And compassion for yourself and others. Forgiveness is also tied into the heart chakra. The color for this chakra is green. Some people also resonate more with pink, so whatever one you like. So letting a green or a pink light wash over this space. And the affirmation for this chakra is, I love and appreciate myself as I am. Your heart chakra is now clear and open. You may now begin to bring your attention to your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is in your throat. And this chakra is related to expression, authentic expression. Being able to speak clearly what you want to say, but also being able to listen, truly listen, and hear what others are saying. Color for this chakra is blue, like the color of the sky on a summer's day when there are no clouds, just that clear blue sky. Letting that color wash over this area. And your affirmation for this chakra is, I am learning and I am growing. We are all learning and growing. You may now release your attention from the throat chakra. It is clear. And you may bring your attention to what we call the third eye chakra. So this is the space right between your eyebrows. And in yoga, we believe that this chakra is connected to your sense of inner wisdom, being able to see without seeing, intuition. And the color for this chakra is indigo, like a purpley blue color. Letting it wash over this space. And your affirmation for the third eye chakra is, I am wise. Your third eye chakra is now open. You can now bring your attention to your final chakra, which is your crown. at the very, very, very top of your head. And the color for this chakra is violet. So invite a violet light to this space. Your crown chakra is your connection to the divine, whatever you call that, whether it's love or the universe. So just allowing yourself to be open to that connection, knowing that not only are you a part of the universe, but the universe is also a part of you. And we are all connected. We are all one. The affirmation for this crown chakra is, I am filled with greatness. Your crown chakra is now open. All of your chakras are now open. Imagine that your whole entire body is just covered in light. Whatever color light you want it to be, just imagine it surrounding your body, knowing you are protected and guided, just feeling safe, secure, and at ease in this light. Let you have a few minutes now just to rest and integrate. I'll encourage you just to come back to your breath again. Just resting in stillness and your sense of inner peace. While you are resting, I will share a little reading for you to listen to. And I'll give you a few minutes of just complete quiet. The reading that I chose for you all today is called Warriors of Light. Before walking onto the battlefield, paint a butterfly upon your shield. This is what it means to be a warrior of light, to shoot love's arrow in every fight. Love is the water that cools hate's flame. Compassion is our reminder that we are all the same. Now is not the time to sit idly by while freedom is stripped away and innocence die. Every single one of us makes a difference, whether we realize it or not. We can no longer fall prey to ignorance. Moment to moment, we have a choice to numb, disconnect, or to use our voice. Speak your truth and speak it loud. One strong voice can change the mind of any crowd. The earth's bleeding heart can seem impossible to heal, but just start at the place that feels most real. Pick a cause that feels genuine to you and do your best to see it through. Do not be of service out of obligation, but instead show up out of love, respect, and to raise the vibration. Just sit with those words for a few moments. Just notice if anything was brought up for you. Notice and let it go. Notice and know the truth. Know the peace and the love that lives within you. Just take a few more minutes just to be quiet, just to breathe. If you feel you need to adjust your position at all at this time, you're more than welcome to. I'm just going to give you a couple minutes to be still. At this time, you may wish to start deepening your breath slightly. Perhaps just bringing any gentle movement that might feel nice, such as wiggling the toes or the fingers. Maybe stretching out the legs or arms. You might want to roll over and rest on one of your sides, or you could stay right there on your back. But before you get up, the last thing I'll ask is just to bring to mind something or someone you are grateful for today. Can be anyone, can be anything. Just feel that gratitude in your own heart. And take your time. There is no hurry. But when you're ready, you can go ahead and start making your way back up to a comfortable seat so we can close out our practice together. And when you have made it back to that seat, I'll ask you to rejoin the hands back at the heart space. If you'd like to bring to mind your intention for your practice again, just revisiting, now is the perfect time. Just noticing if you feel you're any closer to that intention. Hopefully this hour was time well spent. And we'll close out together with one deep breath in and out. So when you're ready, nice deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath out. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. I hope it was well and serving to your highest good. And namaste.